welcome to Sport This Morning. I'm Cecilia Omogbe.
It's great to be here again at Talk Sports like we always do. Thank God it's Friday, like I always say. It's an interesting time to be on the show. We hope you'll have a great time with us today. I'm yours truly, Ayotunde Balogun.
Always feels good to be here to take you on a trip across the money-spinning and ever-exciting world of sports. And that's what we're going to do today. Sit back and relax. Enjoy what we have lined up for you. I'm Yemi Adebayo.
Okay, let's get started, of course, with this one. Just check who is back to the national team. He is on the verge of actually making his 40th appearance for the national team, talking about Obafemi Martins. Remember, he has already scored 18 goals for the Super Eagles. Let's see if he can be able to add to that tally when Nigeria gets to play Swaziland in the World Cup qualifiers.
Interesting one there for Obagol, as his fans know him. But let's move on. Of course, in the show today, yes, it's an unending rivalry between two West African nations. Well, we like to see ourselves as brothers, but when it comes to sporting activities, it's a different ball game altogether. Yes, Nigeria and Ghana, and it's not football, definitely, but it's now in the ring. Larry Ekundayo battles Joseph Lamte in the UK for the African Boxing Union welterweight title. It's all about bragging rights in the ring, and it's all about national pride. Who will become victorious at the end of the day?
Okay, let's leave boxing and go back to football now, and that's it for you. Well, the big game tomorrow, Chelsea and Liverpool. But all attention on Jose Mourinho. Mourinho's last chance, that's a big question. How long will the patience of Roman Abramovich, how long will the patience last? You want to ask yourself. Maybe after that game tomorrow, we're going to have an answer to the future of Jose Mourinho. Will he go? Will he stay? That's what we're asking you this morning.
All right, so
sack me if you can. That's what he said.
Sack me if you can. But,
you
we're
not
not
going to anyone better than me.
Okay. But let's see how it all pans out. But guys, really, I'm also excited about the Rugby World Cup final, which will be coming up tomorrow. But today we'll be having the third place encounter. South Africa taking on Argentina. That should be an interesting one. Redemption for the South Africans, really?
No, they're not. No, I mean, they've won it twice. They feel they are better than where they are. And I can understand the frustration of the Springboks. They came in here hoping to win. But New Zealand had other ideas, and they're in the final. Let's not forget New Zealand are defending champions, and they're going to make history to be the first team to successfully defend
back.
I mean, you know, I remember in 1995 when the South Africans won, Mandela was president then. It was a memorable moment for African rugby, and it was a good South African team. Unfortunately, they lost to the All Blacks. That's what the New Zealand the team is called. They lost in December. But we'll see them played against Argentina today. The Argentines as well, no one expected them to go
to get this far.
In fact, Diego Maradona's presence.
I don't know. I think exactly. Perhaps that also helped them to get to where they are. You know,
he didn't play against the Wallabies though, but he did. He scored them on, and so it's going to be interesting to see what happens today.
Really, it's going to be interesting what happens today, and definitely all eyes will shift tomorrow for the final in the Rugby World Cup, and we hope that we get a good show really from Australia and New Zealand. Yes, interesting. Yeah, should be.
No, I said interestingly, whoever gets to win it will have won it like the third time. So that's another history for them, because both of them have won it twice.
A fight to the death.
And neighbors at that. So
neighbors. That's so like you have Nigeria and Ghana in the ring this time. I can't wait to talk about that.
Have your say on the show. Give us your opinion, your thoughts, and this is how you're going to do it: on Facebook, on Twitter. You can even send us a mail on channelstv.com. You can also let us know what you feel about Obafemi Martins' inclusion in the Super Eagles. You can also tell us a whole lot of things via Twitter and all the other feedback mechanisms that you have. In case you're joining us for the first time on Twitter, it is channels_sports, and on Facebook, it is channels iPhone Sports. Well, if mail is your thing, you can also send us a mail at channelstv.com. So get your views across to us. Speak up and be heard on the show this morning. All right, let's move on from there and talk about the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. The last set of matches in the round of 16 played yesterday. Interesting results in that one. And I mean, well, okay, that's it on your screen. Mali defeated Korea Democratic Republic, 3 goals. Croatia, 2-0 victory over Germany. France played a draw and against Costa Rica and won. Costa Rica won 5-3 on penalties, and of course the Russians lost 1-4 to Ecuador. I know you've been talking about France, Cecilia. A lot of people.
So
a lot
much
of people,
interest in France.
Yes, a lot of people call them.
Why me? Why me?
A lot of people. No, you know, we have been talking about France. So let me just put it that way. They scored a lot of goals.
Okay.
And people started seeing them as favorites.
I know that. Okay, now exactly. You know, when you score 14 goals at the group stage, so everyone actually wants you, to win your next game. That's what we expected. But they were actually looking for a single goal in 90 minutes. They couldn't get that, and at the end of the day, 5-3 on penalties. I was surprised at that, because even the keeper actually, stopped about 3 penalties against Belgium in the semi-finals before they got to the finals. They actually UEFA champions. They won the European Championship on the 17th level.
Yeah.
So that I felt with that experience coming into this game, penalties, I felt they would definitely want to take it. But for the main skipper to have missed that penalty, I think they really gutted that, because they never expected that.
Once your top man
misses
his penalty, puts pressure.
On the other players and all. So at the end of the day, they just couldn't go ahead with that. Another team that is really interesting, we're talking about Germany also.
Yeah.
They're out. I mean, that's actually ended. Croatia, when we lost to Croatia, everyone were actually talking. Now it shows that these boys are here to play ball.
Pushovers.
Precisely. I mean, if you check the Germans also, they had a very fantastic record. Their first goal, they won 4 goals to nothing. The second goal, Argentina, and of course Australia. And their last group game, they lost that one to Mexico, and that was how Mexico actually got a chance to qualify, from that group. Themselves and Germany qualified from that group. So I was thinking, okay, losing that game, just like what happened to the Golden Eaglets and all that. So your next game, you definitely want to, take a look at what you've done wrong and try and see if you can actually correct such mistakes. But they just couldn't do that. They lost at regulation time, normal time, 2 goals to nothing, conceding the last goal, the very last kick of the ball. So for the Germans and the French, I think it wasn't really a good party for them. So both of them are out. Now check the people that are here right now. I think Nigeria actually stand a very good chance right now. Because the teams I was actually afraid of, the Germans, the French guys, both of them, I was thinking, okay, these guys are coming from a very, very, fantastic, solid league. Not just
good
that,
competitions,
but that is it.
exposure.
And that European Championship also actually helped most of them, and they didn't really change most of the players. Same players from the European Championships, of course, most of them came. For Nigeria, we actually changed 1 or 2 players from the African Championships and all that. So that actually helped them to get to this particular
So just in case you don't know, Nigeria takes on Brazil, Croatia takes on Mali, Ecuador takes on Mexico, and of course Belgium takes on Costa Rica. So that's okay. You have it on screen now.
Brazil, quarterfinal fixtures.
Quarterfinal fixtures. Some people have argued that maybe these young lads have had to play too many matches, because for you to emerge as the champion, you play 7 matches, and some have said at this their level. But other set of people
be last 16. They should just go to the quarterfinals and all
that. Other people have said.
So that means they have to reduce the numbers of countries that are coming in.
It divides opinion, but that's the quarterfinal.
Or maybe rather they can leave it like this, but they can actually, the days they play matches, to give them more time, space is well out.
Okay,
that should be another thing, because if you have to.
And all of that too.
Of course, the country will have to be ready for that. Now, Nigeria game it's going to be on Sunday. I think 8 p.m. Nigerian time. So it's something you can really get to watch. I mean, you don't have to maybe stay that late.
Vigil.
Stay that late anymore. So that's a good one for all of us. And if you check, before Nigeria got to this stage, we've actually scored about how many goals? About 14 goals, and conceding just 3. So, I mean, the game against USA, 2 goals to nothing. The one against Chile, 5 goals to 1. The one against Croatia, we lost that one 2-1. And the one against Australia, 6 goes to nothing. So, in all, I think that's
we should
a fair one.
We should also say that we've not played Brazil at this level.
We've not played Brazil.
That's another thing we should.
So this should be the big, should I say, perhaps the toughest game yet.
Well, I don't know. It's
should be the toughest game yet as far as this championship
I've not seen much
is
of
concerned.
I've not seen much of the Brazilians, so I may not be able to say it's going to be a tough game or not. But it's such an irony. I don't understand how 2 former champions have not played I mean, I'm surprised that one way or the other they've not come across
At this
each
stage,
other.
yeah.
You know, since the
Yeah, it used
tournament
to-
started
I
in
remember
'95.
Brazil, Germany too at the World Cup senior level. It was like that for a very long
Took
time
a
until
while.
2002 when we started having that fixture. That was in the final.
I think maybe
Then,
that's-
it happens. It happens. There will always be a first game for everybody. So it's how you turn up, how well you turn up on that day. It will always set some kind of a record or a precedent.